You know how some workouts promise big results, but barely move the needle? Well, there's one tiny hidden muscle group in your body that, when trained correctly, can triple your stamina, sharpen your control, and completely transform your confidence. And the best part? You don't need equipment, a gym, or even a lot of time. Just a simple, natural technique most men never get taught. Welcome to Prime Health Lab. Today, we're diving into a topic every man should understand: the pelvic floor muscles, what they actually do, why so many men unknowingly weaken them, and how strengthening them can boost stamina, energy, and even emotional balance. If you're into natural ways to feel stronger and more in control, consider subscribing. This channel is built exactly for that. First of all, we will try to understand what the pelvic floor is and why it matters. Most men go decades without thinking about their pelvic muscles. You can see your biceps, chest, and abs. You feel them working. But the pelvic floor? It's out of sight. Let's start simple. Your pelvic floor is like a supportive hammock made of strong, flexible muscles. It sits at the base of your pelvis, holding up important organs and helping control several essential functions. Now, even without knowing anatomy, you've definitely felt these muscles at work. But here's the interesting part. As men get older, or even as they experience stress, long sitting hours, poor posture, or weak core muscles, this hidden hammock becomes sluggish. When that happens, energy drops, physical performance suffers, and stamina goes downhill. Many men mistake it for aging, but it's actually neglect. Think of your pelvic muscles like a power switch for your body's lower engine. When they're strong, signals move better, blood circulation improves, and you feel a kind of grounded stability, like your body is functioning as one solid, coordinated system. When they're weak, everything feels slightly off. Stress and mental tension also weaken the pelvic floor. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow, your posture collapses, your core switches off. This forces the pelvic floor to tighten in the wrong way, staying contracted instead of moving rhythmically. Just like gripping a fist for too long, the muscle weakens and circulation drops. This is why some men feel like they have energy swings or stamina that fluctuates with their stress levels. It's not in your head, it's physical. Another important factor is that modern man sits more than any previous generation. At work, in the car, on the couch, long sitting compresses the pelvic floor, pinches circulation, and reduces natural engagement. Over months and years, this creates a silent weakness. And when a muscle becomes weak, the body starts compensating. The lower back tightens. The hips get stiff. Even digestion can feel slower. This interconnected system shows you one thing. The pelvic floor isn't a small detail. It's a major player in how your entire body performs. Now, here's where things get exciting. Unlike many muscle groups that require heavy equipment or intense training, the pelvic floor responds incredibly well to small, targeted exercises. Done correctly, they send blood flow directly to the area, improve nerve signaling, restore rhythm, and bring back strength and endurance in a way most men haven't felt in years. But here's the key. Not all pelvic exercises are equal. The common squeeze and hold version most people hear about is only half the story. Some men even do it wrong and end up tightening the wrong muscles. The real boost comes from activating the pelvic floor in a smarter, more natural way, syncing it with breathing, posture, and controlled movement. The exercise I'll teach you later in this video has been shown to triple stamina because it strengthens not just the muscle itself, but the entire chain of muscles connected to it. That means better support, better control, and better endurance. Before we get there, you need a clear understanding of how to correctly locate, engage, and activate these muscles. Before you can strengthen any muscle, you need to feel it. And with the pelvic floor, this step is essential. Most men either use surrounding muscles by mistake or tighten everything at once, which actually slows progress. So let's break this down in a simple, intuitive way. Start by sitting or standing naturally. No need to force posture yet. Just take a moment to breathe in and out. Now, I want you to imagine something familiar. The sensation of stopping yourself from urinating mid-flow. That gentle lift and squeeze you feel, that's the first doorway into your pelvic floor. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Let your stomach expand naturally. As you exhale, gently lift the area between your testicles and your tailbone, almost like you're zipping up from the inside. It shouldn't feel like a hard squeeze. It's more like a subtle upward motion. If you feel your butt cheeks clench, release them. If your belly caves inward sharply, soften it. You want the engagement to stay deep and central. A good sign you're doing it right is that the movement feels almost invisible from the outside. Now here's a trick urologists often teach their patients. Imagine you're trying to avoid passing gas. That motion, that tiny inward lift, comes from the pelvic floor combine that with the stop the flow feeling, and you'll find the real muscle group. It's also helpful to think of the pelvic floor as a trampoline. When you breathe in, it lightly drops and relaxes. When you breathe out, it lifts gently. If you sync the exercise with this rhythm, you activate it the way the body naturally intended. Let's try a simple sequence you can do right now. Inhale, relax the pelvic floor completely. Exhale, gently lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Continue this rhythm for a few breaths, slow, calm, controlled. Once you get that sensation of lift and release, you've done the hardest part, finding the muscle. But activation is more than just squeezing. The goal is coordination, and this is where posture comes in. If your spine collapses or your shoulders round forward, the pelvic floor weakens instantly. Think of your spine like a tall tree and the pelvic floor like its roots. When the trunk collapses, the roots lose tension. So to activate the pelvic floor properly, imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head. Your chest stays soft, not puffed. Your lower belly feels supported, but not tight. The biggest mistake men make is trying to train the pelvic floor like a bicep, squeezing hard, holding long, pushing too much. The pelvic floor doesn't thrive under heavy force. It thrives under precision, consistency, and controlled engagement. At this point, you should be able to feel the muscle clearly. You should know how to lift it without tightening your abs or glutes. And you should understand the breathing pattern that supports it. This sets the stage for the real stamina-boosting exercise, the one that activates not just the pelvic floor, but the entire support system around it. That's the technique many urologists swear by because it strengthens the nervous pathways responsible for endurance, control, and long-lasting performance. Now, I'll guide you through that full routine, step by step, in a way you can apply immediately, safely, and naturally. Think of this as training the lower engine system of your body. When this system fires smoothly, you gain better endurance, stronger control, and a calmer, more grounded sense of power. Let's move step by step so you can practice this wherever you are. Start by standing with your feet shoulder-width apart. Keep your knees soft, your shoulders relaxed, and your spine tall. Place a hand on your lower belly, not to push or tighten, but just to keep yourself aware. Take a slow breath in and allow your belly to expand. On the exhale, gently lift the pelvic floor the same way you practiced earlier, upward, subtle, and controlled. This is your foundation. Now for the key movement. Instead of just lifting and releasing, you're going to build a rhythm. This rhythm trains both the strength and the endurance of the pelvic floor, and this combination is exactly what boosts stamina. Here's the pattern. Lift gently for 1 second. Hold for 1 second. Release fully for 2 seconds. That's one cycle. Try a few rounds. It should feel natural, almost like a pulse, not forced, not strained. Just a smooth upward engagement followed by a full, relaxed release. What makes this so effective is the release. Many men focus only on the squeeze, but the real power comes from letting the muscle reset. Think of a trampoline. You can't get a strong bounce if it's already pulled tight. The release creates elasticity, and elasticity creates stamina. Once you're comfortable with the 1-second rhythm, move to the next level. Lift for 2 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, release for 3 seconds. Keep your breathing steady. Inhale on the release, exhale on the lift. This breathing pattern naturally helps your diaphragm and pelvic floor work together. When those two muscles sync, blood flow increases, nerves fire more efficiently, and your body builds deeper endurance. After a few cycles at this level, increase the challenge slightly by bringing your posture into play. Imagine someone gently lifting the top of your head upward. As your spine lengthens, your pelvic floor has more space to contract. That space allows the muscle to work with better quality instead of brute force. Focus on staying calm. When your jaw tightens or your shoulders rise, the pelvic floor loses efficiency. So keep everything effortless. Now for the final progression, the one that leads to better stamina. Short pulses followed by a long, controlled lift. Here's how it works. First, do 10 small pulses. These are tiny contractions. Just quick, light lifts, 1 per second. Think of them as waking up the fast response fibers of the pelvic floor. They help with reaction time and control. After the 10th pulse, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the pelvic floor slowly and hold for about 4 to 5 seconds. This long lift trains the endurance fibers. It strengthens your ability to stay in control longer without tension or fatigue. Then release completely. Let the muscle melt. Don't rush this part. That entire sequence, 10 pulses, 1 long hold, 1 full release, is 1 round. Start with 3 rounds a day. After a week, increase to 5. After a month, you'll notice changes in control, energy, lower body strength, and overall stamina. The progression is safe, natural, and suitable for all ages. The beauty of this routine is that it works quietly. You don't need equipment, you don't need privacy. You can do it while standing, sitting, or even lying down. What matters is consistency and technique, not intensity. With time, your body develops a steady foundation. Movements feel stronger, breathing becomes smoother, your mind feels more balanced, and yes, your stamina increases significantly. That's why experts emphasize pelvic training as one of the most impactful yet underrated natural tools for men's health. If you've made it this far, you've learned one of the most important natural exercises any man can practice. Strengthening the pelvic floor isn't just about stamina, it's about confidence, energy, posture, and a deeper sense of control throughout your daily life. This is the kind of work that truly transforms you from the inside out. If you found this helpful and you want more simple, natural methods to boost your strength, focus, and emotional balance, make sure you subscribe to Prime Health Lab. There's a lot more coming your way, and I'd love to guide you through it. Stay strong, stay steady, and take care of your body. It's the one place you live in every day.
Prime Health Lab is dedicated to men's internal health. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.